What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Man, so after the loss to Tennessee, I dropped a video talking about whether Geno Auriemma should just hang it up and retire, man. The dude looks old, he looks washed, he looks miserable out there, and he really hasn't had anything positive to say about Paige Bueckers in a while, it feels like. And he just threw another petty shot at his star senior, bro. It's getting really petty, it's getting really messy out here, in my opinion.
Just had trouble getting going, it seems like, in a few of these bigger games now. I mean, just what do you feel like is kind of the block with her in terms of being able to start as hot as she has in Big East play?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a real kind of conundrum, Paige wants the ball in her hands all the time. Then when they trap her, she don't want the ball in her hands. So now we try to get her moving from one thing to another, moving without the ball, and it's so. So we've got to come to some sort of definitive thing here, how we're going to handle it. But right now, it's not the winning edge for sure.
The whole storyline that we got going, the agenda that is getting pushed, where Paige Bueckers is becoming the scapegoat for UCONN'S struggles in big games, is ridiculous, man. I think it's totally unfair, bro. We are forgetting what she did last March, dragging an injury-riddled UConn roster that had no business being in the Final Four to the Final Four, one game away from a national championship, man. Paige Bueckers has put in serious work, scored 2,000 points for UConn, man. She has given her blood, sweat, and tears to this program, and for the fan base and her own head coach to turn on her is nasty work, in my opinion, man. And this is nothing against KK Arnold, but Coach Auriemma, it felt like, he said that she was the most competitive player for UConn.
Only her second time playing in this kind of an environment, including Notre Dame. Just what's impressed you the most about her ability to stay poised and to stay kind of just to jump in when you guys need her off the bench with that energy?
Yeah, it's a little bit comforting, I guess, to know that you're bringing someone off the bench that started 30 games or something like that last year and started in a Final Four game. And so it's not just your average bringing somebody off the bench. And so I think she's a starter that just happens to wait before she gets on the court. And she's getting a better feel for herself, what she wants to do. Yeah, there were a couple things she did today that make you scratch your head. But I thought she was the most competitive player for UConn today. And I think that means a lot to her. And I think getting more comfortable making perimeter jump shots, I think will help a lot for her. But I like what I saw out of her tonight.
Looking at both those quotes, man, it's crazy to me that you could really throw your star under the bus, man, saying that she's not giving you a winning edge. Really read between the lines here. Now, was it a tough game for her? Yeah. Did she disappear in stretches? Absolutely. Did she get called ball watching? Did she get the ball taken out of her hands? Did she assert herself in this game as much as she should have? No, absolutely not. And we've seen that through Big East play. They're playing these scrub teams. I think that's hurting them as well. Paige and Sarah Strong are absolutely dominating. Sarah Strong, in my opinion, has been the best player for UConn, but she's not where she is without the attention that Paige Bueckers demands for opposing defenses. She's at the top of the scouting report going against double teams and triple teams. It's up to the coach to set up plays to get her open, get her moving off ball, put her in positions to succeed. This is on Geno Auriemma, and that's the exact reason why I said it may be time for him to hang it up. I don't think his system, his method, his attitude, his demeanor is not it's not hitting like it used to. Not with this new generation of players, man. And we've seen some of the most legendary coaches get run out of the game. Coach K, Roy Williams among them, Jay Wright. On the men's side, we've seen where if you can't adjust to transfer portal, if you can't adjust to NIL, if you can't adjust to the culture and what's going on right now in the environment within college hoops right now, you're going to get surpassed. And that's what we're seeing. Don Staley has adjusted. Kim Mulkey has adjusted. Coach Kim Caldwell at Tennessee's building something special, a younger coach with passion that her players will run through a wall for her. We're seeing that next generation of coaches leap ahead. Geno Auriemma, I mean, he's in his 70s, man. If any time was as good as any time, this would be the time for him to go ahead and hang it up, man, because it seems like there's a disconnect right now between him, Paige Bueckers possibly as well. This is multiple times he's completely thrown her under the bus, and I think it's totally unfair, and it's irresponsible as a leader of this program, and you expect better from a Hall of Fame coach that has been around and been a trendsetter in this game, man. But this whole narrative that Paige Bueckers is holding the team back or not giving them a winning edge is complete bullcrap. I think she stayed in college too long. We know for a fact now she announced that she will be going into the WNBA draft, and it's time. She's been at UConn long enough. I think she probably should have went pro last year. It's too much almost. Like, we're seeing too much of Paige Bueckers where people are really nitpicking her game. Do I think she's a generational talent? No, I don't. I don't think she's anything near a generational talent. I think she'll be a good player in the league. She will be a productive player and a good point guard, above average point guard in the W. But to say that she's like that special to be a generational talent, I don't see that. And we've exposed more holes in her game throughout the season when UConn plays in these big games, man. She just hasn't closed it out. She hasn't taken over. We haven't seen that Mamba mentality, that killer instinct. It seems like she's lost a little bit of her edge. I will say that. But Paige Bueckers still deserves all the respect and shouldn't be shouldering the blame for UConn's struggles solely on her own, because this is a team effort and she's out there giving it her all every night. So you got to salute that. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Geno back at it again. Talk to me. Let me know. Also, hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. And join our memberships. Y'all know what to do. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. You dig? Till next time, man, I appreciate y'all. Much love. We out.